The goal of this project was to develop and publish a mobile game. The game which I created is for Android devices, and you can download the APK from my itch page. Here is some unedited gameplay footage of the mobile game I created. On the main screen, there is a settings button where you can change the default tilt on the device you are currently using. There is also a help button to tell you how to play the game. On the main screen, you can also go into the skin shop where you're able to buy new skins and equip the skins that you own. To start the game, touch the main menu screen. In the game, the goal is to collect the required amount of collectibles, which will then take you to the next level. You do this by tilting the phone to move the maze, which in turn moves you. Each level is randomly generated, so you might have to avoid spikes or you might not. When in the game, if you hit the settings button, you're able to change the speed in which the maze tilts. This can help or hinder you dependent. When you die by hitting a spike, you will have two options, to respawn or go to the main menu. To be able to respawn, you will need to watch an unskippable ad, and after the ad has played, you will get respawned back into the game to try again. There are also skippable ads that play when you go back to the main menu screen. Sometimes there are no ads available when you want to watch them, so a small message is displayed to the user. The game has two main advanced features. These are the use of ads and using the phone's accelerometer to be able to tilt the maze in the game. These were both shown off during the gameplay display you just watched. The game has two main frameworks, as it uses Unity's adverts with mediation to control the advertisements, and it uses Cinemachine to be able to control the camera. There are two uses of the ads framework. They are rewarded ads and interstitial ads. The rewarded ads can be used to either gain 10 coins or to respawn the player when they die in the maze. And the interstitial ad is played when the player returns to the home screen. Cinemachine is used in three different ways. It is used to be able to follow the player as it moves around the maze. It is used to zoom in when the player gets to the next level, and it is used to create a shake effect when the player picks up a coin or dies. The app also has data persistence as it saves the number of coins, what skins are unlocked in the shop, and what the tilt calibration is. This is shown in the video by fully closing the game and opening it, and the number of coins and skins unlocks are correct. To start, one of the important tasks was to find out what other games were already out on the market. So I searched my target platform of the Google Play Store and found out apps that already existed to do with mazes. On the screen are some of the apps that I found during this search. From looking at the market, I could tell that all of the games that were currently out were of a simplistic nature with basic shapes and clean edges. So this was a design I wanted to follow. But the way in which my app would differ from the other maze apps out there is that my app was going to be controlled by tilting the phone to move the player, as opposed to using touch controls. So that was when I started to make my first prototype. On the screen you can see the development of my app from a 2D game using the tilting on the phone all the way to a tilter maze which has spikes in it that are able to kill the player. As the game is deliberately simplistic using basic shapes to match the theme, only one additional resource was used to make the game. This was a texture pack which was used to add skins for the player. With the app now completed, I wanted to publish the game to the Google Play Store. I uploaded my app to the Google Play console where it waited for a while before it got reviewed, but it got rejected. It was rejected for two reasons. The first was the icon was apparently misleading, and the second reason was because the app was not allowed to have ads that could not be closed after 5 seconds. I did not have time to put in a complaint with the Play Store over the icon being misleading, as it is literally a screenshot from the game with just a slightly different camera angle, so I was unsure how it could be misleading. And I was unable to make it so that you could close the ads after 5 seconds. Because of these reasons, I then ended up having to switch where I published the app to my second choice of itch.io. To make this game even better, I would want to implement a leaderboard with high scores, where the user can track the highest level they have reached and the number of coins on their runs. This system would ideally make the most of the Google Play Achievement system, as this would allow players to compete against their friends and the community. The UI for the game is very simplistic by design, so that the users do not feel overwhelmed by too much information. The buttons are also in places where you typically find them. For example, the settings is in the top right corner with an identifiable cog symbol. Even with this UI, users may still get lost or confused, so a small introduction when you first open the game, pointing out the button locations, could be helpful for new players. The game can also be hard for new players to adjust to the tilting control scheme, so to help with this, an additional game feature of a practice area where you can roll around avoiding spikes will be added. The user can adjust the difficulty and the other control settings. This will help the user to learn how to play the game and will help decrease the steepness of the learning curve. Thank you for watching.